It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's showtime. So it is a Tuesday, February 2nd, 2221. I'm not really the numerology guy. I don't know if you're into numbers. You might want to play the numbers. It is time for the Geno Jones Daily Variety Show. Now, we do this show Monday through Friday, every day, 6:30. Around 6:30, sometimes, the enemy gets busy and, tries to throw like a wrench in your plans, and, technology does what it does. So, we're around 6:30. But listen, I wasn't even gonna let the enemy win. Okay, it's my mother, my grandmother says, we're gonna rebuke you, Satan, because I got a very special guest today. She is a 13-time Grammy nominee. That's got a new song and a video that you're gonna see on the show today called "Same Love." Her name is Ledisi. I can't wait to have a conversation with her. But I need to give you, first of all, it's Groundhog Day. I don't know if you're into that kind of thing. So this big old rodent, a groundhog. So apparently the groundhog saw its shadow. So that's supposed to mean like 6 more weeks of winter. Now, the groundhog, so when they pulled this groundhog out, it was snowing, it was cloudy, there was no sun. So I hadn't quite figured out how the hell did this groundhog see a shadow on a cloudy day with snow. But hey, listen, I'll move on. So, we all are living through this global pandemic, right? Right. So there's a new survey conducted by One Poll. I don't know who the heck One Poll is. And it revealed that more than half of all American women would rather be quarantined with their best friend than their romantic partner. Man, it sounds like y'all picking and choosing the wrong one. Really? Wow. I mean, look, I'm not a woman, but I have women in my life. I know that they love their girlfriends, but man, if they'd rather be quarantined with their girlfriend than me, Houston, we might have a problem. We might need to sit down and have a conversation. We might need to put on some of Ledisi's music and see if she can remix that situation and go ahead and get things the way they should be, if you know what I'm saying. And listen, I want to give everybody an update. I talked about this yesterday, and it was really an outrage. You've probably heard the story. There's a 9-year-old African American, a child, 9 years old, in Rochester, New York. So apparently this child was emotional. She was emotionally distraught. She was having a tantrum. She was screaming. She was crying and screaming, I want my daddy. I want my daddy. So the family called the Rochester police. So what do the Rochester police do? Because they couldn't get her to calm down. They handcuffed her. They pushed her face in the snow. And then they sprayed her in the eyes with pepper spray. Now, I'm going to say this again because I've said this several times on my show. The most disrespected, devalued, unprotected person in America is a black woman or black girl. So, to any police officer, I ask you one thing. If you ever are called to a scene because there's a 9-year-old that's emotionally distraught, I want you to handle that 9-year-old child the way you would handle your child if your child was 9 years old and emotionally distressed. Diffuse. Bring your voice down. Slow down. Talk softly, slowly. Maybe get on one knee so you can be eye level with the child. Maybe put your hand on her shoulder. If you can, give her a hug. Ask her, is she hungry? The child had to be cold. They pushed her face in the snow. She might have been hungry. She was crying for her dad. You had 9 police officers on the scene. By the way, the update is that according to all the information that I've got, that the police officers that were involved in handcuffing and pepper spraying this child were suspended. That's a paid vacation, basically, because they were suspended with pay pending a review of the situation. What's the review? You had a 9-year-old child. She was a child. I don't care what kind of tantrum she was having. She's kicking and screaming for a reason. When children act out that way, at the root of that is some type of trauma and pain. Find out what the trauma and pain is. You had Dylan Roof, a young man who sat and prayed with 9 people in Mother Emanuel Church here in Charleston, South Carolina for an hour. After Bible service, he shot and killed 9 people in the church, escaped. They found him in North Carolina with the gun next to him on the seat. Did they shoot him? No. Did they spray him with pepper spray or any kind of spray? Did they tase him? No. You know what they did? They took him to Burger King. Damn it. So maybe somebody could have got the child some Burger King or McDonald's or something to find out why she was so traumatized. You had 9 officers on the scene? Did anybody think about, hey, sweetheart, baby, what's your name? What's your daddy's name? Do you know your dad's number? Is there somebody in the house that knows your dad's number? Would you like to talk to your dad? Treat that child. See the humanity in that child that you see in your own children. Because that child is your child, but they didn't see that child as human. They didn't see their child in that child. They saw something less, something more dangerous, a threat in a 9-year-old child, a 9-year-old girl. So, like I said, the next time, because that's not about training. You can't train. That's about humanity, compassion, and empathy. And you can't train compassion and empathy and humanity. So you need to address that before you give somebody a gun and a badge. Can you see the humanity in somebody else's child that doesn't look like you, or doesn't live in your zip code, or doesn't pray to your God, or maybe doesn't pray to a God at all? See your child in any child, especially a 9-year-old baby that you encounter. And I guarantee you'll handle that situation differently. All right, I've got that off my chest now. I don't feel better, but I got it off my chest, damn. So let me bring on my guest. I know she's gonna make me feel better. She's gonna make you feel better. Her music makes everybody feel better. Like I told you, she has been nominated for 13 Grammys, including the Grammy nomination this year for the Best Traditional R&B Single. Anything for You. And I love the remix. She did this remix on it, so we can talk about that too. Now, she's got a brand new single called Same Love. We're going to play the video, debut that video right here on the Geno Jones Show. At the end of the show, this is her 9th album. It's called The Wild Card. So I want to ask her, tell us about this. Who and what is that wild card? I am honored to bring to the show. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen, Ledisi. How are you?
I'm great. Wow, what a great show.
Well, thank you. You rocking that money green now.
Oh, yeah, I had to put some green.
She rocking that money green. You about to get your cardio on a little later?
Yeah, I definitely have to do that.
All right, so listen. I know I'm not your agent and your manager, but tell Adidas they need to cut you an endorsement deal.
I know, like for real.
Right, okay. Look, come on, y'all. Y'all giving it to the ball players. Come on, let's look. You got a superstar here. She about to win a Grammy. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm naming it and claiming it. So please receive that. I don't believe in jinxing.
I'm receiving it.
Because I believe in, and my whole life has been a testimony to speak things in words are powerful.
Yes, they are.
You can speak good into your life and you can speak bad into your life. So yeah. I am speaking this Grammy that you should have got a long time ago. I am speaking that. So Adidas, I know I'm making it my business. Y'all need to cut. Y'all and I don't even want a commission. Y'all need to cut this sister an endorsement check. That's all I'm saying. Cause she rocking your gear here on the show, and I'm good with it. I am good with it. So listen, congratulations. I got a chance to take a look at the video to your new single called "Same Love," and I love it. So I'm sure there's a story behind the song. You want to tell us all about it?
Well, the first time I heard the song. It's written by Sir. His name is Sir. Sir is related to D Smoke, the Goucher family, a really popular family in Los Angeles, and just incredible songwriters and creatives. And he wrote it with Jeff Gittleman is the producer, and this guy Cal Banks. And I heard the song. It was the first song I heard for the Wild Card, and I just absolutely loved it. Did my arrangements of it and added my little Ledisi-isms all over it. And we had a blast. I just love the concept. They thought, well, Led, it's kind of risque for you. I said, what's risque for me? Ain't nothing risque for me. I can sing this song, you know.
Yeah, you're a grown woman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I said, and even though it has nothing really, I haven't gone through something like that in a long time, like years. Like I'm actually happy in my relationships, but right now it's like it can relate to someone else. I'm singing it for someone else. So I love the song. I love that it has an old school feel, but it's fresh and new for this era as well. And the kids love it. The adults love it. It's a grown song, so I love it. I love it.
As a matter of fact, you can sing it for the more than half of American women that said they'd rather be quarantined with their best friend
Hello?
over their romantic partner. I'm like, wait a minute, there's something wrong. Listen, me and my boy is tight. I mean, I take a bullet for him, but I do have to draw the line somewhere.
It's different for women. Women love, like, we love our peace.
But the funny thing was, it said that the survey said that half of American women said they'd rather be quarantined with their best friend over their romantic partner.
Yeah. Well, then you don't have to share very much. It's just a little bit easier. With my best friend, we're like kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. We have the same we have the same likes and dislikes, and it's easier. But with a spouse, it's like, go to your room.
No, see, don't have. Well, now wait a minute. What your music now? If your spouse says go to your room with your music on, then I want to hear. Yeah, please tell me to go to my room. if Ledisi's in the background and I hear that, then I'm like, okay, hey, it's party time.
But you always need your space.
Yeah, no, that's true. Everybody, but don't be gone too long. See,
no, absolutely not.
That's a tricky thing because we all want our space, but we all want to be validated and we want to be loved. So it's like a delicate balance. So give me my space, but then let me know that you still care for me and love me. Don't
Oh, definitely.
Right? Don't give me too much space. Oh, you didn't even bother to call and see how I'm doing. Check on me.
Oh no, I'm always checking up me. What you doing?
Yeah,
What's going on?
and see, for me, because and it's a whole different story, but I grew up trying to protect and provide for everybody. For my mother,
beautiful.
Trying to protect my mom. She's a domestic violence survivor, and I tried to fight and tackle a man when I was 4.5 that was beating on her. So that's just in my DNA. So it can. I know it can get annoying. You talk to my family, they probably say.
You're the protector.
Yeah,
that's great. That's me. I'm the protector.
Oh man, I'm Mr. Fix It. I'm like I'm like the Black Avenger. If it's a problem, I'm like, okay.
You put on your cape.
Yeah, oh yeah, I don't even need the cape. Give me some vibranium. I'm like we got a problem here. Let's take care of this. So look now. Let's talk about. So if I'm correct, I do my homework. So the Wild Card. This is your 9th album.
Yes, I believe it's my 9th one. I think it's the 9th one. I can never remember. But yeah, it's the first one in a long time that I'm independent. My first independent album in a long time, just me.
How does that feel?
It feels amazing. I feel like a boss, I'm making my own shots.
You are a boss. You are a boss.
I'm calling my own shots. I'm making my pathway for
Yeah,
myself.
that's
And
beautiful.
I don't even know what will be right. I just pray on it and go
Yeah,
for it.
you just do
Take
you. But
Yeah.
the beautiful thing about that is that you don't have there's nothing or nobody. I kind of make the analogy if you have a plant and if you put like a dark lid over it, it can't grow. But
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
remove that, that plant can just grow, and if you nurture it and give it the proper sunlight and water and whatever else it needs,
Yeah.
it I mean it'll just grow limitlessly. So that's got to be the thing for you. So what's been the coolest thing about, you know, doing this whole project by yourself and being your own boss musically?
The best part has been being respected in a different light as a producer, being and I've always been that, but now it's really I really get to say I don't like that and signing off the checks and
Yeah,
then seeing but the people's response to each song has been beautiful. Like
yeah,
I've been choosing the right ones to and I never ever chosen singles. That's not my thing. But this is now becoming my thing.
right.
So I think that's the first time I feel good. Anything for you came out and now same love. I'm choosing the right feel good songs for my audience. And
What
I'm grateful for that.
well, and I say this, I'm a motivational speaker, and I always tell people, nobody can beat you being the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody. I don't care how great somebody else may be in some area. Nobody can beat you being the best version
Hmm.
of you. So you're an artist, you're a writer, producer, A&R person, you the business manager. So which one of those hats do you and you still even it's COVID, but we love you on stage. So you are just dynamic and it's just the I guess the buzzword now is the authenticity. It's just when you see Ledisi, it's like you see Ledisi. It's like, and I told you before we went on camera. So like my wife is full disclosure is like a huge. We saw Ledisi the first time together some years back. You opened up for Kim, and she's like, "Man, who's that? I like that. I love her." I was like, "Well, this is a new artist, Leslie. We're playing her song." So when I told her that you were going to be a guest on the show, she was like excited because otherwise she don't even I shouldn't even say it, but okay, she don't even watch the show. She like, look, she watching HGTV a Lifetime. She like, yeah, because I got a TV studio here in my townhouse. So she's like, I don't need to watch it. I can hear you so loud. but, but so I got to thank you because she's gonna watch this episode because
That's
simply
so sweet.
because of you.
Well,
So
thank her. Thank you. Women, I love that women get my music. They are the consumers for a lifetime. They also know what feels good right away. So I trust women, especially black women. I just love
oh
y'all
yeah,
so
oh yeah,
much.
absolutely, man. And look, I got nothing.
Tell the truth.
I'm the biggest. There's no bigger advocate for black women on this planet than me. But I was raised by black women, my grandmother and my mom, and I've seen the joy and the pain that they've gone through. So that's a whole different show. You have to come back for
You
that
got
one.
to come back for
Oh,
that
for
one.
that one, my sister. Boy, yeah, trust me. I'm waving. I'm carrying two flags when it comes to black women. It ain't no shame, and it's not. It's authentic and it's sincere. But like I said, because black women have had such a pivotal role in my life, so I claim it and give props. So let's talk about the wild cards. You wrote and produced everything. Was it like a through line? Is it a story? And how did we come up with the name, the wild card?
Well, the wild card, I worked with Rex Rideout. He's also an executive producer with me and produced with me on everything. I have him throughout all my career, from Lost and Found on, and he's always been a part of that. Writing with him, the wild card, I told him I wanted to go back to melodies and bridges and things from the 60s and the 70s to the 90s. I wanted to make a combination of music that feels good only and that brown liquor kind of vibe that feels like R&B here and like throughout the
Yeah.
whole thing, like soul music, period. that reminded me of Shaka Rufus, that reminded me of Betty Wright, that reminded me of Denise Williams, or anything that can feel modern but still have an old feel. And I miss Luther. I miss all
Yeah,
that. I want to
man.
just put it all in there that represents who I am, that I grew up on, which is the wild card is a combination of different versions of soul music. Whether I scat sometime on an R&B tune, or I do a complete soul. I don't love anyone. Everything is just round like a jukebox sound or whatever. It can be whatever kind of soul music I wanted. And that's what I wanted for the wild card. And I called it the wild card because I'm not one way. A lot of my audience loves me singing ballads and just one kind of way of singing, but I'm more than that. So if I restrict myself, I can never be my whole complete self. So the wild card is tricky. It'll do one thing, you think it's going to go here, and then I'll flip on you and go here. Because I'm going to get a job. You hear, whether singing with a big band or singing with a funk band or an opera, I can sing anything I want because God blessed me with a gift where I studied and I used it to make it work on Broadway or whatever. You're going to see Ledisi all different kind of ways. So enjoy me as I am. Don't limit me to one thing. And that's what the wild card basically says. I'm not one version of R&B. I'm not one. I am R&B. Don't get it twisted now. But I also can sing church. I can also sing classical. I can also sing with a jazz band and then turn around with an orchestra and sing just as good with anything that I do. I commit to it and I finish it. And I love just music. I love music. And so that's what I was hoping for people to understand after I'm just telling you who I am for you. So you don't have to
You have to
guess
guess
it.
it. I mean, right. You ain't got to look at the tabloids. You want to know. I'm telling you, here it is, right here, right now, right in front of you.
Yeah. And I think artists explain too much. They should just do music and let the audience
Yeah.
interpret it how they want to,
Yeah.
because it's a painting. I'm never going to please everybody. Not everyone's going to like my voice, but what I will give you is my authentic truth, myself, always. I'll never give you fake phony. I'm from New Orleans and Oakland. We don't do that. That's just not our thing. And they beat me up enough to come out. By the time you get my music, I done already beat myself up. I got you.
But you know what? Let's talk. I want to talk about that versatility because I was going
Hmm.
to ask you about that. Some of your fans might not know. So you would, once you moved to Oakland, you and your family, you eventually went to Cal Berkeley,
Yep.
and you studied opera
Classical.
and piano.
Yep. Classical piano as well. Yep.
Wow. But see, here's what I always say this, Lettuce. See, you don't sing, you sang. And you understand the difference that it's black folks, we know there's a difference. Like there's some folks in the choir that can sing. You put
Yeah.
them in the back. But the lead singer can sing.
Well, she better.
Yeah,
Or
right.
he better.
And if you can sing anything. It's funny when you were talking about classical. I thought about Aretha. That time, I
Oh, he
think,
sang everything.
right, the story that was it Pavarotti. He lost his voice,
Yeah.
and she had never sung no. Man, Aretha was like, what?
She knew how to read music and classical music. We listen. We gotta stop limiting our
Yes,
greats, our great singers.
absolutely.
They can do any. Luther Vandross sang background for rock stars before he
Yeah,
came out with his own
sure
stuff.
did.
And
Absolutely.
we forget. That's the thing. Our kids, Black History Month, all year long, we need to study our greats and what they did. There's so many wonderful. Dionne Warwick was the pioneer for a lot of singers that you love, like Whitney and
Yeah,
Luther and
yeah.
Aretha.
Mariah Carey, all of them. Yeah.
If it wasn't for Dionne Warwick, we wouldn't have the phrasing that we have.
Yeah.
Like there's so much to study and beauty in these greats, and then we put our greats to the side. No, we got to keep them in the front. And it's funny, she's put herself in the front, and now the kids love her.
Yeah.
I love it. We need to keep doing that with all of our greats, and I
Yeah.
love that they did that with Patty and Gladys,
That
who
verses. Oh,
I
I
keep
loved
in
it.
touch with. all the time. I keep up with them all the time. I'm writing for Patty. I'm writing for Gladys all the time. I
Beautiful.
love them. Like, we
Beautiful.
got to keep our legends. And that's
That's
why my music resonates so well with the audience today in today's music, because I'm in the middle. I still bring some of the old and the new and kind of combine them again together.
what
And my live catalog of music, I can go Latin to Africa to
that that
tabla.
that is such a gift because everybody cannot do that. So
No, they can't.
that
They
that
can't.
that that is really a gift. Because now you were talking about, I remember seeing that verses with Patty, and then you had Patty and Gladys, and then when Dion came, everybody was like, "Wow!" So
Every,
his Swizz hollered at you, his Swizz and Tim hollered at you about doing verses,
oh, did they?
and I'm saying, have they? I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't have a clue. My heart dropped. I was like, really,
No.
me?
Well, yo, Swizz, Swizz, y'all need
I
to.
mean, if they did, I wouldn't say no to it. If they
Yeah.
did, they haven't.
Who
But
would you
I wouldn't
like?
say no.
Who would you like? Because I remember Patty saying that when they asked her, because first she was like, "What is verses?" And I think somebody in her family, I don't know if it was a grandson, said, "Oh, verses," and they explained to her. So when I guess Swiss and Tim finally got to it, she said, "If I'm gonna do it, I only want to do it with Gladys." So if you
Oh,
could pick, who would you do verses with? If you could pick
you know,
somebody.
I don't have a clue how I would even fit in there. Honestly, I wouldn't know. I would let them choose
I'd
because I
like to
would.
see this. It just popped in my head. I'd love to see you and Mary.
Me and Mary has hits for
Yeah.
days. I would get crushed.
Well, I mean, but you know what?
Hits for
And
days.
but I remember with and
I see Mary with. I don't even see Mary with anybody. She has.
well,
She's like Beyonce to me. Like
well,
her and
no,
Beyonce.
but I think the energy, because I remember Patty and Gladys talking about it was a celebration, so it
Oh
wasn't so much a
yeah.
competition thing. And I just think that you and Mary would, because Mary is just so real, and your music is just so real. I mean, it's you like singing from your soul and your DNA.
I
So I wise, but I would like the
appreciate
cross
that.
generational thing, with Mary Shaka. Heck, I'm from the South Side of Chicago, so
Look
I
at
got.
your people.
Oh yeah, my man, I got love for Shaka, Miss Yvette Stevens. I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't mad.
Shaka is the guru, man.
So
The guru.
how have you dealt, because COVID has really just changed up everything. It's really messed up. Not to mention we've had almost a 500,000 people die, and I always take time to acknowledge those are families. Those are not just
Yeah,
numbers you see on TV. Those are almost
people.
a 500,000. Yes, families that lost somebody that they loved. It's like a hole in their soul. Someone carved out their soul when you lose
Yeah.
somebody like that. So I always acknowledge that. But I'm saying that it's been tough for everybody. So how have you adjusted? I know it's been tough because artists, you guys, I do stand up. You can't. I can't host any events. You can't do your concerts in person. So how have you adjusted? And I know we as black people, we will take lemons and turn it into lemonade. So how have you took the lemons of this pandemic and turned it into lemonade?
Well, I was gonna say we have also my family, my husband's side. We've lost some people
Mm,
as well. Some people we've known have caught
mm,
COVID as well. I've been on movie sets and television sets and had to take many tests. So it's
mm.
really a different way of movement,
Yeah.
moving in the world and interacting with people. But luckily, I'm learning that the internet, thank God for technology,
Yeah.
which we should have invested in quicker for the sound and latency and things like that. Hopefully, this will teach us to get it together. I've been able to finish my project. The wild
Beautiful.
card, I had to finish two. I had to finish the last two songs, which was "In It to Win" and "If Living Is Without You." The last two songs on the album. I had to finish those, and then remotely going talking like this and
Yeah.
texting, and then we did two virtual concerts. I did one you can find on my Instagram. If you go to ledisilive.com, you can see a live my first live virtual show that I did to raise money. And that one's for free. The other one isn't, unfortunately. It's called the Wild Card Live at the Troubadour, and I think we're gonna re-air it in February.
Oh, really? Okay.
Close. I think it's around Valentine's Day. I'll know more. You got to follow on Ledisi.com to know more info about that. But I've been able to reach my fans a little bit differently virtually because I'm not one to get online like this all the time. You have to get made up and be your lighting person, your tech person, your
Look,
videographer.
I'm honored that you joined me, my sister. So I
Yeah,
thank you.
no, no, I appreciate it. But I for things like this where
Mm,
you feel connected to people, and this is great. Like especially, I love my radio folk. Like I will, they're like
well,
it's
we
just
love
not
you.
getting
Just
better
so
than the
just
radio folk
just
because
for the
they
record.
appreciate this.
Yeah.
Like they know you. Okay, Led, you made
Hey,
time. Definitely, I'm here. And it takes a lot for you because you spend a whole day of work and then do another separate thing just for the artist. So it would be wise for us to be on time. It teaches you how to be on time. I'm never late, but I didn't know a lot of artists are always late, and it's crazy. I don't do that. But I love this part is interacting with people who make my life easier. When you don't play my music, it doesn't get me out to another world of audience that I can't reach. And I especially can't reach them now because I'm not performing. I was on the road all the time and
yeah.
that stopped. I was doing a tour with Gregory Porter. We were doing theaters, big theaters together. Um, Selling out, and then we had to
Right.
pause that. So it's
Wow.
been a learning lesson of how
Yeah.
to interact with people online, and they love this. I didn't know that people you can reach more people like
Oh,
this
absolutely.
than on the road.
But like your music, Ledisi, and I'm just keeping it 1,000. That's just the way I do. Like your music, like I said, what comes from the heart reaches the heart, and
Yeah.
just your spirit. It's really a spirit. What I get into deep and metaphysical, and spirit is energy, and we all carry it. Our spirit is
Answer.
positive, and the
Hmm.
energy is good, or it's negative and it's
Negative.
bad.
Exactly.
I'm just keeping thinking because I know you don't have to name them. I'm not gonna call any names I could. There are some people in your life, in my life, the minute they come in the room, it gets dark, the energy changes. You just like, you know, you,
Yeah.
the tension, the anxiety, and then some people can just come in the room and it's like sunlight. I mean, it's just, man, your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows down. You just
But
feel
it's
better.
it's so much nicer when we love what we do,
Yeah,
we appreciate what we do, and we don't take it for granted because it can be taken away so quickly
true.
now.
Yeah,
And
right.
your energy is beautiful because you pay attention to the world how and you care, and it comes from some wounds too.
Yeah,
You're like me.
absolutely.
We're like we're not doing that. I'm grown now.
No, I'm the wrong
So
one.
so you change the energy to fit the mood no matter what. It's like I don't want that in my life. That's the best part. My mom never prepared me. She would say, "You'll see when you get grown." I love it. The
Yeah.
older I get, it's funny when you stop caring about these little things that we used to care about for
Hmm.
huge recognition. It comes to you when you stop
That's true.
caring because you're like, I
Don't sweat the
I'm
small.
just gonna do my work
And that's
and
one
go sit
thing.
down.
That's and not to jump in here, but let us see. That's one thing to me that COVID has really shown the world. Now everybody didn't get it. Is that before COVID? I think so many of us we sweated the small stuff that was insignificant. But COVID and like you said, you've got family members that you've lost family members. I know
Yeah.
people, and we've all had to face our own mortality because this thing you just don't know. I mean, look at what happened
No
with
idea.
Jeremiah. He survived, but this kid in his 30s, and he was like he said, he was on death's bed on a ventilator for almost 2 weeks. So we just don't know. So when you get on the other side, you're like, wait a minute, you know what? All this stuff that I thought that was important,
It is not.
and
I'm so happy.
are you because you were talking about what your mom said, and just something popped in my head. I got to ask you real quick. For me, the older, and I tell this to my daughters, I said, the older I get, the smarter my mother and my grandparents were. Because I sound just like him now. Does that work out for you? Has that happened to you?
Yeah. It is exactly that. And you think, oh, I'm not going to be talking like this. Because
Listen,
let me tell you, these I be wanting to wear my high heels like this. I can't do it no more. I'm a little shorter.
she like,
Not too short, but
What?
I can't, I be wanting to do some of the challenges. My knees be like, no, girl.
Come on now. What we're not gonna do today is them, okay? We maybe we can do the 3 or 4, but not them 6 inches.
I love 6-inch heels, love them, but I can't do them often. I have to pace myself.
I know. So before you get out of here, I got to add. Now you mentioned something about a movie set and a TV set. So you got something coming
Yes,
up that we need to know about? Tell us.
Yes, well, I just finished filming a story about the great Mahalia Jackson story called "Remember Me." I don't know when it comes out. I just know I finished it. I did my work, and it's beautiful. The script is beautiful. The little bit I saw, because I haven't seen a thing. I think I've seen 4 stills and 2 little pieces of video, but that's it. Because I was so into the character, I didn't want to see too much. And it's just beautiful. Keith David, Columbus Short, Wendy Raquel is in it. A lot of younger folk. Keith Robinson. It's a lot of really cool mixture of old and new together. And then it's my first time being a lead role, a feature. So I'm very excited about it. And I just had a blast on film, but we did a lot of COVID tests, a lot of safety. Surprise COVID test, you tested, Tony. I did like 30 of those things. All right, we here again,
Man, playing Mahalia, Mahalia is so iconic. And every time,
Iconic.
and I'm sure you have a story, just real quick. Mahalia is so personal for me because my grandmother loved Mahalia to the point to where she would hear Mahalia. If I heard my grandmother playing Mahalia, I knew something was wrong. She was really sad or something. And I remember when she passed, we had somebody sing a Mahalia Jackson song, but my grandmother, and Mahalia is just so iconic. And I think it is so beautiful that you're going to be able to bring her story to life because our young people, and even some not so young people, really need to know just how amazing Mahalia Jackson was.
She was incredible. And I'm glad Danielle Brooks is telling her story. Jill Scott will be telling her story. I'm able to tell her story again. I did it in Selma, but now I'm really telling her whole story, which was amazing. She deserves this, all of it. I don't care how many, they can be another one. So what?
Right.
Let Mahalia be seen and heard in whatever light. And I just hope I did her justice. And, I just had fun showing off this other side of myself that people won't be able to haven't experienced before. So this is new. I mean, I've been touching on the acting stuff, but it's not really acting. I'm being human.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait.
Playing human. That's pretty much it. But Mahalia did a lot of stuff for our community that people do not know. That lady risked her life. She put herself in the forefront. She sang. And that she used her voice and her love of God.
Yes.
Her love for God as the forefront of her activism. And it's
Yes.
a beautiful thing, but in her personal life, she went through a lot.
Yeah, and Dr. King, he leaned on her heavily. A lot of people, I know you know it, but I'm sure this will be depicted in the movie. But Dr. King leaned on, like when Dr. King was having some down days, Mahalia,
He would call her up,
help her brother out.
Oh, when she started it,
So do we know it's going to be aired on what? Is it going to be?
I don't have any idea.
Okay.
Nothing. Right. I wish I knew. I just know I did my job.
Well, and I'm done. Hey, listen, you did your job and the check cleared. And that's the two. We love Mahalia, but hey, that check still got to.
You know what?
I'm online. Wait a minute. Okay, transaction complete. We good.
I wasn't even looking for this part. It found me. I couldn't believe it.
That's
I was
life.
like, oh, okay.
That's the energy. Like, man, I so believe that it was like the universe knew, and with your spirit and your energy, it was like, no, we her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I swear to you, I did not look for it. I didn't want to be a part of the conversation. I
Why
just
not?
did my work and be quiet and then hi.
Why?
I was like, what is this?
But you say you didn't want to be a part of the conversation. Why not?
No, I didn't. I was staying out of the conversation because I'd already played Mahalia and
Yeah,
Selma.
that's
So
true.
I
Okay.
didn't really
Yeah.
need to be.
Got you.
This wasn't a part of my life. I was already on the wild card and moving to another album. And here
Yeah.
come this film. I was like, really? Me? You want me? And I auditioned. I did my sides like an actress. I did everything how everybody else did. They didn't give me any special nothing. I had to sit in front of this thing and say the words, and act the part. So it was amazing. I got the part authentically. Like,
Listen, what's meant for you.
and I had to sing. I had to do everything, just like anybody else.
Well, the singing, now, Ledisi, come on. You were, it was like a ringer. It's like having LeBron James, play on like your pickup basketball. Come on. The singing, come on now. If nothing else, the singing part, that was almost unfair. It's like, damn, we going for this part. Oh, ass. Come on. How we going? Y'all can't even lip sync. Come on now. How am I going to compete with? Come on, y'all.
You know you're so wrong. Anyway,
come on.
I'm saying I did it just like everybody else.
That's true. I know, but we come on now. We keep it
They
at
knew I
1,000.
could sing, but they wanted to know, can you act? Because you have to carry a whole film. That's
Now
that's a lot of
hard.
pressure.
Yes. Yeah, but you did it. You did.
Oh, I did.
You did.
I
did
did.
it. Come on. That's what.
I did it.
Come on. That's what
Fully
black women
committed.
do. Yeah.
Fully.
Come on, y'all. Y'all love black women. It's like, okay, what I gotta do? Give me. Okay, I'm good.
I ain't gonna lie to you. The second day, Geno, I was like, "What the hell am I doing here?" And then I got it together, and I did what needed to be done.
Shoot, Mahalia came to you with song. She's like, "Girl, I got you.
Girl, I got you. Don't mess up.
That's right. I got you. Just do you. You've made my New Year so far.
Aw, thank you for that. Thank you.
No, 'cause like I said, I'm a huge fan. So I know my mother's watching. My mother absolutely. She's up in Chicago. I'm happy for her because she's gonna be able to finally get her first vaccine. Because
good.
I've been wearing her doctors out.
I bet. Me too.
Listen,
The same for my mom.
Look, I'm sure they see my number. They probably just don't answer. That's her son. His ass is.
Because we gotta get our vaccine, to take care of them.
You can get
they
mad.
don't know.
Yeah, you can get mad at me if you want to, and they don't know. They really should prefer to deal with me because my baby sister, she the one that don't play now. She will be up in the doctor's office. What? Look, this is my mother. Give me the needle. Y'all not gonna be playing with my mother.
I'm not mad at your sister at all. Bravo. Because my elder sister is the same way.
Okay. What's her name?
Shannon.
Well, Shannon and Angela need to. They're gonna have to meet because they would look. Oh yeah, Angela don't care about your feelings. She has a beautiful spirit. She will give you literally, and she'll give you the shirt off her back. But her family, no, you don't. And she don't care about your feelings when it comes to her family. Now you can get sideways if you want to. So apparently Shannon is that in your family. She's the one in your family.
Yes, she's the elder sister. So that's what she does. We just go, okay, Shannon, whatever you say.
Okay, so listen, give everybody your social media so we can keep up, and make sure you let me know, like when the movie's coming out. And
Definitely.
And where we can see it. And listen, real quick, I want to thank you for Same Love because you were talking about you wanted to kind of go back to the old R&B. When I first heard it, it had that like Dexter Wansell, Philadelphia International. I was like, ooh, just in time for Valentine's Day. Man,
it feels good. It's such a feel good. I'm glad you like it, Geno. I like when you like what you can play.
I love it, but I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. I need all the help I can get. Some dark chocolates, some I forgot. I don't drink, but it's the
apple
prosecco.
cider.
It's prosecco. So
Prosecco's good.
yeah. So it's the dark chocolates, the prosecco, and some Ledisi and this same love, and I'm hoping. So thank you for helping a brother out.
You're welcome. That was the goal.
So
Well, you can follow me on ledisi.com, ledisi.com, or Ledisi on Instagram, ledisi. Instagram, Facebook, I'm Twitter. I'm always saying hello to my fans. So
I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Geno, for just making time and for this network. This is really cool.
Wow. Listen.
You need to keep doing this.
Oh, don't worry.
I'm glad you got your own show.
Listen, we going to a whole nother level. Don't worry. I'll be reaching out to you again. But it's about
you got me.
It's about ownership, though. All jokes aside, it's about just, and you know what? Because you talked about your album.
I own my own project.
This is my show.
I got my own label.
This is my channel, my network, and I already have plans for it to grow. But I'm my own boss here, and I love it.
Beautiful.
Because I can grow, and no one can micromanage me, and I don't have to worry about people trying to stifle my creativity or having use my talent for their agenda. See, it's one thing when you can, like you've learned, hey, listen, I can do a lot. Let me do me. But some people, they see your gift, but they're like, I don't want you to, I don't want you to be, bigger than me. I want to use your gift to benefit me and make me shine, but I don't want you to shine too bright. So,
as long as you have a conversation, everything is about a conversation and dialogue, and agreeing to disagree or agree to agree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you decide what you want to put up with and what you don't. That's the one fun part about being grown. You can say no and walk away and be all right with it. right. And I'll wait for the right thing.
Right. Now, but some of us, especially with this pandemic, it's like, if I didn't need this check, I would really tell you what I think of you.
That part.
Right. But I got a daughter that just started college. And this as a matter of fact, I got this tuition payment, and these folks has sent me this notice again. So I'm
Geno said, but sometimes.
Hey, I just got to keep it 1,000. Life.
It's true. True that.
Life and reality has a way of humbling you and keeping your feet on the ground. It's like, okay.
It will. But that's what I mean. You still have to conversate.
Yeah.
Have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Okay, is this worth it? Is it not?
That's so
Period.
I told you. See your spirit. I needed that. Ledisi, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
And yep, all of that. Say hello to me.
Just
Start
Ledisi?
Ledisi.com,
Okay.
LEDISI.
All right.
And you can find me.
And so in a few minutes, we're going to get to show everybody the brand new song, Same Love. Just thank you. God bless you, my sister. Love and respect to you and your family.
And your family.
I lift your family up. I know my mother is smiling. She's probably smiling, crying, all at the same time. My wife would be like, "This is the best show you had since you've been on."
Please give them all hugs from me.
I will.
Thank you for the support.
Absolutely. Congratulations on Same Love, the wild card, and I'm speaking it into existence. Congratulations for this Grammy that you're about to get for Anything for You. She should have had Grammys. But I'm gonna keep it positive. I'm gonna keep it positive. So we just gonna claim this one.
Okay.
And then because they got time to make up for the ones that you should have got in the future. Thank you, Ledisi, sweetie.
Thanks for having me, Geno.
I love you. Thank you. All right.
Take
bye-bye.
care.
All right.
Thank
Bye-bye. She's like, I know. She's like, boy, that dude. Hey, I just believe in speaking into existence. She is, as you see, her spirit is just so beautiful. It really is. And her voice and playing Mahalia Jackson. You got to be able to sing. For my young folks who's watching, just Google some videos of Mahalia Jackson. You got to be able to sing. You can't just sing. You got to be able to sing to play probably the greatest gospel vocalist ever, Mahalia Jackson. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Show. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Geno Jones Daily Variety Show, or I should say subscribe to the Geno Jones YouTube channel right here. It is free. like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to be a sponsor on the Geno Jones Show. I'd love to have you as a sponsor if you would like to advertise. If you want me to be a pitch man, like I was telling Adidas, they need to pay Ledisi since she was rocking their Adidas gear. So if you have a product you'd love for me to be a pitch man for, I'd love to do it. So reach out to me here, Geno Jones. You can leave me a message here on YouTube, my YouTube channel, or you can email me, Geno Jones Show. That's how you spell Geno with an E, Geno Jones Show at gmail.com. Mother, I love you. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do this. I absolutely love it. And thank you for letting me spend some time with Ledisi. I'm a huge fan of not just her music, but her spirit. You know, some people got great music and their spirit and soul is like lousy, but she's got great music and she's got beautiful music, a beautiful voice, and a beautiful soul. All right. So I hope you enjoyed today's show. I'm gonna get out of here. All right. Time to make some catfish. Tomorrow, Wednesday, brand new edition of the Geno Jones Show. Once again, please like, share, and subscribe. I got a goal. I want to get 100,000 new subscribers by June. Okay, help a brother out and reach out to me. Like I said, if you'd like to be a sponsor on the show, I'd love to have you. Shout out to my hairstylist, my barber, Markel Bailey, KLB Cuttins, KELBECUTTIN. At Instagram, my wardrobe stylist consultant, the show's wardrobe consultant, Mr. Bruce Gage up in Chicago. Check him out on Instagram, Bruce Gage, Gage, and also Flyball the store. He is one of the few officially licensed vendors to carry the official Negro League gear. So that's flyballthestore.com or just Bruce Gage on Instagram. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Tomorrow, Wednesday, a brand new edition of the Geno Jones Show right here around 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you again to Ledisi, and we are going to close the show with Ledisi's brand new single from her album, The Wild Card. This is Same Love. I love you. I really do.
It don't get no hotter than July. Baby, I'm so happy I replied. Left our inhibitions at the door. We know exactly what we came here for. We ain't really trying nothing new. I don't really mind the deja vu. History is better on repeat. All I know is every time we meet, I get the same love. We ain't the same love, but it's the same. Makes me wanna take you back. We ain't trying to make this house a home, but that don't mean we're leaving it alone. You gon' drive me insane. I feel like I'm losing my mind. We shouldn't be playing these games. We're already out of time. We keep on finding a way to make it feel brand new. I don't know what to do when I keep coming to you. I get the same love.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.